names keep coming up in articles, trade rumors for our Detroit Lions. These 5 players, when we talk about DK Metcalf, Brandin Cooks, Baker Mayfield, the new love that we see every single day in articles, and a couple others on Lions Trade Rumor. I'm going to give you my personal opinion. Are these articles bunk? Are they true? Will it happen? Will it not? Give you the odds, everything in this video. But before we get into today's video, if you think it's a smart and sound idea and you'd like to know what it's like to feel having a knife going straight into your eye and turning it all around, go ahead and subscribe to my channel because we talk all things Detroit Lions news and rumors. So sometimes being a Lions fan, you can just lose sight of reality. Also, make sure you take that like button with you and jab that knife into it. Let's get into today's Lions rumors. Why on earth do we keep seeing Baker Mayfield trade to the Detroit Lions? We're seeing articles, we've seen a lot of YouTube videos, legacy media talking about this specific quarterback to the Detroit Lions. We already got Jared Goff, paying him a lot of money. Why do they believe the Detroit Lions would be a team interested? Well, we do have Dorsey, who's in the front office for the Detroit Lions. He did draft Baker Mayfield, so there's a connection there. And if you look at attitude, I understand that the Detroit Lions need to have an attitude. But if the Detroit Lions were actually make a trade offer for Baker Mayfield, first off, it's going to cost you money. And you'd have to work out, financials with the Cleveland Browns. Lions not going to take on that contract. Let's be honest here. And you'd have to give up probably like a 6th-round pick. But should the Detroit Lions do it? Well, I don't see the Lions actually doing it in all reality. Now, if he got released, maybe for a competition for a backup role, but if you were to look at a Baker Mayfield, he gets released, it'd probably be more of a Pittsburgh Steelers or a Seattle Seahawks over there situation there. So I don't see the Lions doing this, so I'm going to give that a no. But would you trade for Baker Mayfield? Let me know in the comment section below. Why for yes and for no? Give me your thoughts on this said quarterback to Detroit Lions. And make HBO Hard Knocks much crazier, that is for sure. Another name that keeps getting pushed to the Detroit Lions. Wide receiver DK Metcalf. Why is this wide receiver getting connected to the Detroit Lions? Well, there's some good reasons here. First, Seattle Seahawks is in the ultimate rebuild mode. This team's trying to be the first pick in the draft, getting rid of everybody, cutting everybody, trading franchise quarterback. They got issues. That's what they're trying to do here. They're trying to get ammunition as well, to really rebuild this football team. That's what rebuild mode's all about. We understand this. We did that last year, sending Stafford away. The Detroit Lions, yes, we got DJ Chark, but it was a 1-year deal. Lions could use an upgrade at wide receiver. That is for sure. Why do I think it won't happen? There's other teams like Green Bay Packers, Kansas City Chiefs. It just makes more sense them utilizing some of their assets to get a wide receiver. They're more of a win now type of football team, specifically the Green Bay Packers. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is older. We are a young football team, folks. We can build through the draft. It's not going to affect us. If we win, we're not expected to win the Super Bowl this year. We're not the Green Bay Packers where everything's on the table. We could just draft our own wide receiver still if we want to. We don't have to really get one early now. With DJ Chark, you can get a really good wide receiver in the 3rd round. We've seen it last year. If the Lions were to do this, it would have to be after the NFL draft. If they failed to get a wide receiver, they failed on multiple fronts, other teams, that would be a last resort. I do not see the Detroit Lions trading for a DK Metcalf. It makes sense for other teams. What would the compensation be? Well, in all honesty, if you're wanting to do this, it would be a 2nd-round pick this year, which, like I said, it would have to be after the draft, or a 2023 1st-round pick from the Rams next year. And there's no freaking way I'm giving up next year's 1st-round pick. Not happening. Why? Because if the Detroit Lions do not draft a quarterback this year, you want them to have ammunition to be able to trade up and get a quarterback. And so you have to keep that 1st-round pick next year. Rebuild through the draft. A player actually on this list that I could see the Detroit Lions potentially make a run for, again, this would be after the draft, not during the draft, because you got to look at, how they're building. Now, it would not be a lot. It'd be a late round draft pick. And this is the Atlanta Falcons. They're another team that's in ultimate rebuild mode. They're getting rid of players. They got rid of Matt Ryan. They're not looking to contend this up-and-coming season. And they got a pretty good defensive tackle in Grady Jarrett, who is a little bit older, but he could help out the Detroit Lions' young defensive line if they decide not to get one, I would say, in the 6th round. You could trade for a Grady Jarrett in that sense. Again, it'd be after the draft, help up to the beef up the interior defensive line. I still don't believe they make a trade for him. Maybe you do a player swap. That's possible. There is a little financial ramifications for him. His contract is not the easiest in the world, but the Lions could make around it. So that could be something after the draft, maybe when they're kind of formulating a 53-man roster type of thing, or a player v player. That's a possibility. Let me know in the comment section right now. Would you trade for a Grady Jarrett? Maybe a player swap, someone that we're not going to keep on the 53-man roster. Switch some players just to help out the depth. This would not be a big trade, though. This is not a monster trade for a big name. It's more to just help out the team. Kind of like what we did with Michael Brockers. It'd be the same type of situation right there. Another name that you're hearing a lot to the Detroit Lions, Brandin Cooks, wide receiver from the Houston Texans. Why? The Houston Texans are cheeks. That's what they're supposed to be right now. Them getting rid of players to help out the Detroit Lions. This ain't going to happen, folks. DJ Chark, we got him. The Detroit Lions are not going to give up premium value for a Brandin Cooks. On honesty, I don't even know if the Houston Texans would trade him. They do got a young quarterback they drafted last year. Maybe they just want to keep him for sure. Again, a team like the Green Bay Packers, or again, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Tyreek Hill, he's gone. Maybe they want to get some speed there. I think that makes a little more sense than the Detroit Lions here for trading for a wide receiver. Now, could he help out the Lions? Yeah, of course he could help out the Detroit Lions. No doubt about it. But so is the NFL draft. We're not winning this year. We're not going to win the Super Bowl. We're not competing. We're not even expected to make the playoffs. It's a possibility, but the expectations are not there. But if you look at teams, again, Kansas City and Green Bay, the expectations are there. They're in a win-now mode. They're in like the Rams mode they were last year. They're going to do what they can, and I think the Texans could get more value out of teams like them instead of a team like the Detroit Lions. Excuse me. But there's another thing that you can do, and that is go to chessports.com/lionsbet. Bet US. Make a little bit of money. Bet on the draft. Who the Detroit Lions are going to take with the second pick in the draft. You may think it's Kyle Hamilton. You may think it's Kayvon Thibodeau. You may think it's Malik Willis. Bet on it. Make a little bit of money, and all you got to do is put in the promo code LIONS125, get 125% deposit bonus to make a little bit of cash. Now, here is the under-the-radar trade that I have here. This would be formulating the 53-man roster trade. This is not anything here close or indifferent. This would be a trade for N'Keal Harry. I had him in last year. This would be for a player swap. You wouldn't even have to do a draft pick, in my opinion. The Eagles just made a trade for the Dolphins wide receiver, really help out that team. To me, it puts N'Keal Harry not even making the 53-man roster. The Detroit Lions don't get a wide receiver in the draft. We still could get some help at depth. Do you think a Trinity Benson or a Hodge going to make this team, or other players like that? Why not give a big body guy a chance? Maybe he makes the Lions 53-man roster. This would be a player swap. Zero pain when it comes to draft capital. It would be less than Trinity Benson. It'd give an opportunity of a fresh start. It would be a depth play. We're talking about a 5th or 6th wide receiver. This is something I could see the Detroit Lions doing, formulating that 53. Again, a player who we may not want on our football team that the Patriots would like. Very possible. Maybe they want a John Pennicini if we decide to go a different route. Obviously, they drafted the Patricia drafted, or there's not a player they may like on their football team that you could do a player swap for. I see nothing wrong with that. I think that's perfectly fine for the Detroit Lions to help out the roster in that edge. There's other players out there that you could see a player v. player. Let me know in the comment section, who would you guys like the Detroit Lions to trade for? Again, it doesn't have to be a big name. If you don't want to trade for anybody, I get it. I'm like you. I don't want to trade for anybody now. I wouldn't want to trade for anybody in the draft. Now, a 53-man roster formulation, I don't mind that at all. If it's a player v. player, no draft capital. I don't want to lose draft capital. Why? Draft capital is what makes the football team you build through the draft. I am a person who loves doing that philosophy. But you may not disagree with me. So let me know in the comment section what you guys like about trades. Do you trade on this list? Would you not? Let me know. In the upcoming videos, we got the One Pride podcast tomorrow on my channel, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, and it's in on every single Thursday. We have special guests on. Could be other YouTubers out there, other individuals and expertise in said fields. So make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. We have the live mailbag segment on the One Pride podcast. You don't have an opportunity to check out everybody's comments and comment back, but this gives me an opportunity to talk to you guys. So make sure you show up for OPP so we can talk about your comments, and that will be featured on a Saturday's mailbag video. And obviously, we got the NFL draft coming up. I will be on day 2 on my channel. Day 1, I'm going to be the Grids channel and with Herman Moore on Lions Nation Unite. So check them both out. With that said, folks, adios.